Hey everyone, welcome to Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Now in this video, I'm going to discuss a new picture that was posted on Instagram that's causing quite a stir on social media. Now it's an image taken of Matt and Tyler of Radio Silence, who of course directed Scream 5 and Scream 6, and Christopher Landon, the director of Scream 7, and another individual as well. And it is because of who this fourth person is that is getting everyone's attention. So I'm going to share the image with you, and we're going to dive into the possible implications that it might have as we look ahead to Scream 7. Let's go!
Hey everyone, this is Christopher Landon, the director of Scream 7, and you're watching Craven Something Scary.
So here's the image we see of Matt and Tyler up front, and then Christopher Landon on the back right. And on the back left, we see Michael Kennedy. Now, if you're not familiar with Michael, who he is and what he's done, let me explain just a little bit. Now, I did post a video a couple of days ago. Well, that's probably more like a week ago, actually, about possible writers for Scream 7. And I do mention him in that video, so you might already know who I'm talking about. But just in case, he is the co-writer of Freaky with Christopher Landon, who, of course, Landon co-wrote it and directed Freaky. He's a co-writer with him. He's a good friend of of Christopher Landon. And now when I interviewed Christopher, he talked about Michael Kennedy and how they were great friends. They met, they hit it off. They started, sharing writing stories. They were writing, back and forth on the phone. And basically what that discussion turned into was the movie Freaky. So he is a writer. Yeah, he's a writer, and he's a producer as well. He's producing a movie coming out. It's going to be coming out soon. I'm not sure the date yet. I don't think they even have a date yet for it. But it was just picked up for distribution. It's called It's a Wonderful Knife. It's a slasher. I think it's a Christmas slasher. And so that's going to be exciting to see. I'm actually really excited to see it. I love the premise of the movie. Check it out when you can. However, this is interesting because we've got Christopher hanging with Michael and his buddy. So they are friends. We got to remember this. They're not strangers just meeting. Like, if this was a situation where Christopher had never met Michael Kennedy, like there was no known relationship, friendship, this would be, the stakes would be even higher in this image, because it would really indicate rather, there is more likelihood that he's going to be involved. But having said that, I still think it's very, very possible, as I talked about in that video, Michael Kennedy being a friend, being a writer. And you could tell when Christopher talked about him, he kind of lit up, like he got kind of, he just kind of got real excited, and you could tell that this is a relationship that is a good synergy there. So I think it's entirely plausible that Michael Kennedy is going to be one of the writers of Scream 7. And honestly, what I would prefer at this point, this is just me, but I would prefer going straight up Christopher Landon, Michael Kennedy, Kevin Williamson. There's your writing trio for Scream 7, going in new directions, starting new things. So, I think that would be an awesome move if this is indeed the case. So we'll have to also, obviously, the writer's strike just ended, which is also pretty cool with the timing of this image. So we should be finding out. I would imagine not too long from now, we'll be finding out officially who the writers are of Scream 7. Is it James Vanderbilt and Guy Busick again? which that's been the running the idea, running rumor, if you will, that they've already written a script, a rough draft. But we'll wait and see. I mean, that's not necessarily true. We don't know that for a fact. We're just assuming that. So, could it be? Maybe. Could it just be dinner? Maybe. But it's interesting and nonetheless, and it's definitely something to at least look at, consider, think about, kick it around, talk about it, because it could definitely mean more. Now, Radio Silence, they're no longer creatively involved, but they really weren't creatively involved before anyway. They were just really strictly directing, but they are producers. They're executive producers of Scream 7. So it makes sense that they're involved, that they're in this image. Plus, I imagine Christopher was wanting to really pick their brains, I would think. Coming in as a new director, taking over from the Radio Silence Screams, the two movies. And Christopher mentioned that too. He said whenever he was on the channel that he wants to kind of wrap his arms around those before him in Scream. So, Wes Craven, of course, Kevin, and Radio Silence, and kind of honor and respect what's been done and what they did. But he also wants to add his own touch, his own fingerprint, which is what I like to call it, to the franchise and to the stories, or the story for the movie. So it makes sense meeting with Radio Silence, I think, just to talk to them, get their ideas, kind of get a feel for where they are with the current trilogy, if it is a trilogy. Well, we always assume trilogy also, I myself included, but they've never actually said it was a trilogy. We don't know. I guess we'll find out when this 7th movie comes out if we're going to see the end of a trilogy or if we're starting fresh. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. That's the fun part of it, is the guessing, right? Theorizing. But definitely you want to, you definitely want to get all of the ideas from Radio Silence out of, their perspective, being the most recent directors. So that's cool. And I think that's a smart move, because you want to kind of understand fully what you're picking up and carrying in the franchise. But I'll tell you this, when I talked to Christopher, the one thing that really jumped out to me, and there were actually a lot of things that jumped out to me. It was a really great interview. He was awesome. He shared a lot of information. But one other thing overall is I got the sense that he is not timid in terms of making things his own. He is not concerned about breaking hearts. He even talked about, you kill your darlings, right? So I say that to say it makes me excited to think about the possibilities. What could Christopher do as a writer, and Michael Kennedy as well, because they are writing, they've been writing partners for a long time. So that the idea that Christopher can take some chances, I think I dig that idea. And I think the potential is amazing right now, guys. So anyway, I just wanted to share this image with you guys to take a look at it, and to see what's out there. This was posted last night on Michael Kennedy's Instagram. So if you're not following Michael Kennedy, I would highly suggest you do so, because you never know what nuggets may be coming out again on his Instagram. So check him out for sure. And I'm going to leave it there, guys. I'm going to let you guys kind of absorb this, think about it, let it soak in. And then I want to hear what you think. So let me know. What do you think about this image right now? I mean, what are your initial thoughts as you're seeing it tonight or seeing it right now, whether it's morning, noon, or night? What do you think? What are your potential thoughts? What are your ideas? Tell me what you're thinking. What implications do you think it could have on Scream 7? And let's discuss it. Let's discuss it together in the comments section below. Well, guys, that's going to be it. I appreciate you, and I'll be back soon with more Scream and other horror movie content, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And until next time, this is Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Thanks for watching.